Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody wherever you are right now across the globe. My name is Amandeep Singh. I am joining you live through our Facebook page today again. And as you all know, keeping the trend in structure, as we have told you that, because of so much of information moving around, Pyramid eServices took an initiative to bring our prominent business partners on our Facebook page, have a live session where we ask your questions to them, the kind of questions you have in your mind, and probably give you a best answer which gives you an understanding, a clarity about what you should be doing or what you should be planning for your international education. So following that trend, today I'm very proud and honored to welcome a very renowned partner and a renowned name across the globe, Niagara College, and I have a great ally, a great friend of the organization, Joanne, who is joining us. She represents Niagara College in India. She's a regional manager for recruitment section at Niagara College. Hi, Joanne. How are you?
Hi, Amandeep. Nice to see you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. How are things over there in Canada? How are you doing?
Yeah, things are going really well. Actually, the kids are going back to school next week. The elementary and high school students, and things are starting to open up. We have Ontario's doing really well. We have less than 100 new cases a day in the province, and the region of Niagara itself has between 0 and 3 new cases a day, averaging over the last month. So things are going really well here. We're looking forward to starting up next week. We've got a new term, our fall term starting on campus and off campus. As you know, we've got some programs being delivered on campus and some online, and we're getting ready and excited about that.
Right. That's great. That's great to know that things are getting better over there in Canada, and students would really be happy to know that. So, Joanne, as you know, that every year, we get a new strength of students who pass out from their high schools or their colleges. Though, Niagara College needs no introduction, but it would be great if you can give us a brief about the college, its location, its USP, and the history of the college.
Sure. Okay, so Niagara College is 52 years old. We're one of 24 community colleges in the province of Ontario, all regulated by the province. We're located in the region of Niagara, we're considered a mid-size Canadian college. So we have 13,000 full-time students and about 4,000 international students from all over the world. We have students from over 90 countries. And so if your students come and stay with us, they'll get to meet students and make new friends from all over the world. And the region itself has 450,000 people. So for Indians that might be considered a little bit rural, there's 12 municipalities in our region. Three of the bigger cities, people might have heard of Niagara Falls, of course. I live in the city of St. Catharines, which is the biggest city, and then we have Welland. We have two campuses, one in Niagara-on-the-Lake and one in Welland. The Welland campus was our first campus. It has our School of Technology, School of Trades, School of Allied Health, School of Community Justice and Fitness. We also have our School of Allied Health there, School of Media. And then the other campus, our second campus that was built was the Daniel J. Patterson campus. And there we have our School of Hospitality, Tourism and Sport, our School of Business and Management, Environment and Horticulture, and then also Canadian Food and Wine Institute. And so we're very well known for our culinary and hospitality programs, being located in 10 minutes away from Niagara Falls, that has over 14 million visitors a year. So we work very closely with the hospitality and tourism industry in Niagara, and to produce graduates that can work in that sector. But we also specialize in many other program areas.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that brief about the college. So you were talking about the programs, and I'm pretty sure that the viewers who are watching us would be pretty much interested to know a bit more about it. So can you brief a bit more on the programs and also share what kind of job opportunities these programs create for students in Canada and across the globe?
Sure. So as I mentioned, all of our programs are regulated by the province of Ontario. And what that means is if a program is being delivered at our college, the student should have confidence already that there's a labor market demand for that program. So a program would not be offered if there were not job opportunities. So it's very regulated in that sense. And so there could be local job opportunities, it could be provincial, national, or even international job opportunities. So being on the Canada-US border, there's 3 border crossings between Niagara Falls, between the region of Niagara and the state of New York. And there's over $20 million of trade that passes through each day. And so there's a lot of international business opportunities. We have a graduate certificate in international business management. We have lots of other business programs, including sales and marketing, accounting. We have human resources. We have office management. And then also we're very strong with our School of Technology. So we offer many 2- and 3-year diplomas. So 2-year many technician diplomas, and then 3-year advanced diplomas. So for example, we have under the 2-year diplomas, we have electrical, electronic, we have photonics, we have mechanical engineering, so all of those, but then we also have 3-year offerings of those as well. So students can decide how in-depth they want to go. We also have 3 degree programs that students could study if they wanted to study a degree at Niagara College. So they could study, we have 3 BAs, 1 in human resources, 1 in hospitality, and 1 in international commerce and global development. And as I mentioned, we have a very strong school, the Canadian Food and Wine Institute, that the culinary management program is one of our oldest programs at Niagara College. 3 years ago, Niagara College represented Canada in an international competition. We were Team Canada, and we competed internationally, and I got a silver and a bronze. So the culinary programs and the labs are state-of-the-art. All of our labs are state-of-the-art. So I should just mention part of our learning philosophy is really about applied learning. And so students they'll study about 60% theory, but then they have about 40% applied learning. And so they learn by doing. And we call it being Monday morning work ready. So if a student graduates on Friday, then they can start work on Monday, and they know what to do for their job. So we give the student the practical skills that they need to succeed. And I'll just also mention one more thing is just around job security or job success. So 82% of our students find employment within 6 months of graduation. Wow. So we're really proud of that, and we're really proud of our NC grads. And I'm actually an NC grad myself. So
that's something I was about to come at. So all the viewers again. Firstly, thank you, Joanne, for giving your inputs on the kind of programs and the job opportunities that it creates for the students. And in all the viewers who are watching us, so Joanne is herself a graduate from Niagara College. So you can yourself see that she's doing great with her life. And the college itself, being such a renowned name, creates impeccable amount of opportunities for the graduates who study at Niagara College. So Joanne, if I move ahead in terms of the programs and the job opportunities you spoke about, one another factor which is very important, and you will agree to that, is the admissibility criteria. The aspects that you have touched, it clearly depicts that students from different backgrounds, or probably all the backgrounds, can apply at Niagara College. But could you give a gist of the eligibility criteria in terms of academics and in terms of language proficiency? What should a student have?
Sure. So so we will have our undergraduate admission requirements, and then we have the degree and graduate admission requirements. So they're a little bit different. And then also, so just with so for the, and then also we have it broken down by the school. So if the student studied at a national state board, a national board, state board, or technical board school, they'll have a different admission requirement. So that's broken down. But I would say in general, if a student has 60%, they can be admitted to the undergraduate programs, but some will admit with 55. So it really depends on what board that they've studied with. So they can consult with a Pyramid eServices counselor to find out if they meet those academic requirements based on where they studied. And then for the graduate degree programs, we do require a 50% average in the academics. For language proficiency, for the undergraduate programs, so we have 1-year undergraduate certificates, and then I mentioned also the 2- and 3-year diplomas. Students would need to have 6.0 IELTS overall with only one band of 5.5, and it doesn't matter what band that is. And then for graduate and degree programs, they can have they need 6.5 overall, and they can still have one band of 5.5 in order to be admitted. And so that's sort of the overall summary. But again, we would look at students case by case, and then some of the programs would have special requirements. So for example, all the technology programs that I mentioned, they all have a math requirement. So students would need to have math. All the programs require that the students have a language. So for us, we would say English, but for them, it could be they studied Punjab, and then that would be their language that was assessed. And then some of the programs like environmental management and assessment and ecosystem restoration, they require certain undergraduate degrees in order to be considered. And those are all on our website. So a student could just check it out and check out the individual admission criteria for each of the programs.
Perfect. So thank you, Joanne. I completely understand the way you have explained the basic eligibility criteria for Niagara College. And again, to the viewers who are watching us, I hope you are able to understand the prospects that we are talking about. And if in case you have any questions, sometimes during a live, it becomes a little difficult to check on the comments and answer the questions. But we have our team aligned with us right now. So you can put your question in the chat comment section, and our team will make sure that your query is answered immediately. And if in case you want more details about the eligibility of your application at Niagara College, you can contact Pyramid eServices anytime you want to. We have a number shared below as well, and you can get your queries answered through our visa counseling experts. So Joanne, moving ahead, with another question that I have that is very valuable and important for the parents. Actually, that's the fee structure. So if you can share the average fee structure at Niagara College and also talk about the scholarship opportunities for the students, that would be great.
Sure. So the programs vary. Some of the programs, because as I mentioned, we have an applied learning model, and a lot of the programs will have labs. So depending on how much lab time is involved or what the lab requirements are, the programs might be a little bit more expensive. So I would say our programs average between 16,000 and 20,000 Canadian per year for tuition. So when students, so for example, the culinary management program, we're going to mention that program again. So it has higher material fees because all the food is included in the cost. However, what I tell students is you get to eat all the food. And so every day you're going to make food and then you bring it home and then your grocery bill is lower. So even though it might look a bit more expensive, that program, they get to eat the food that they prepare. And their roommates will really like them as well because they're bringing home this delicious food. So students, when they pay, they have a choice depending on if they're filing SDS or non-SDS visa application. They can pay for, so if it's SDS application, they'll need to pay the full year of fees when they, after they accept the offer. And if it's non-SDS, then they can pay for half of the year fees. And then about 3 months or 2 months before the start of the second term, the student would need to pay the second installment of fees. With respect to scholarships, we have, so for our postgraduate certificates, one of the things that's really common especially with some of our students from Pyramid eServices is, so as you know, Amandeep, they're eligible for, if they study for 1 year, they can apply for a 1-year postgraduate work permit. And if they study for 2 years in Canada, they're eligible for a 3-year postgraduate work permit. So a lot of students studying at the graduate level will take, for example, international business management, graduate certificate for their first year, and then they might take hospitality and tourism management for their second year, and then they're eligible for the 3-year postgraduate work permit. And when they apply for that second program, then they get a $2,000 scholarship. And also, we have a really generous scholarship program with our degrees that I told you about. So the 3 degrees, I'll just mention again, the BA in Hospitality, Human Resources, and International Commerce and Global Development. So those, if a student is accepted, they automatically get a $2,500 scholarship. And if the student maintains an 80+ average, every term, they'll get another $2,500 scholarship. And if they maintain a 70% scholarship, or sorry, 70% average, then every term they get a $1,000 scholarship. And if it's 60+, then they get a $500 scholarship. So that's a strong scholarship offering. And we do have a scholarship page. If students want to check it out, it's they can just Google International Scholarships Niagara College and they'll find it.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your inputs on the scholarship aspect as well. And also, then Niagara College develops a lot of provides a lot of opportunity to the students in terms of certain events, which was done a couple of months ago by the college as well for the scholarship opportunity. So, so this, this is a great information, Joanne. This provides probably a quality, in-depth information about Niagara College to the viewers who are probably listening to us for the first time, and also to the parents as well. But there is another constraint which we all are going through, and we all are impacted through that is coronavirus. And
Yes.
nobody can say that, okay, I did not face any challenge. Everybody faced a challenge because of it. So I think the viewers would really like to know that how Niagara College is supporting the students, or what policy change or what framework has been developed by the Niagara College for the students and the parents who are seeking for education at Niagara College.
Sure. So I'll just start with just about the fall term, in case you have any students that or any of our viewers are coming to study with us for the fall. So for students, we have 20% of our programs are being delivered hybrid, which means partially on campus and partially online. And those are, I mentioned, we have a lot of programs that have strong lab requirements. So those are, some of those programs are being delivered in a hybrid format. And then about 80% are being delivered in an online format. So if a student hasn't already traveled to Canada and started their 14-day quarantine, it's going to be too late for them to come and study in a hybrid format. So what I recommend for those students is please meet with your counselor at Pyramid eServices ASAP, and you have 3 options. You can choose an online course for this term, or you can defer your program to the next available intake. But if your program is not offered in January, then you could choose another program for January. And our hope, and I think everybody's hoping this, but right now the way that we're planning is that we will be delivering programs online for January, notwithstanding any travel restrictions or health issues, health-related challenges that we may face. So that is the way that we're focusing forward, that we will be able to deliver on campus for January. So the students can defer if they want to. So for students that are studying online, I know some students may have received their visa prior to March 18th, or some of them they've received their AIP, their approval in principle, their stage 1 visa, study visa, and some students are probably still waiting for that decision. So if you're studying, your program is being delivered online for September, you can select your timetable even if you don't have your AIP. And we encourage you to do so that you do not lose your seat in the program. You have up until September 22nd to withdraw or defer to the next available intake. So if you're waiting for your AIP, please select your timetable. Then by September 22nd, you let us know whether or not you received it. And then we can support you in a decision on how you can defer your studies. So then what our policy is, I know some students will be awaiting the stage 2 visa approval. And so our policy is going to be that they have up until November 1st. If they've received a negative decision with their stage 2 approval, by November 1st, we will give a full refund to the students, less a $200 administration fee. If they do not have a decision for stage 2 by November 1st, we're recommending those students defer their program because it's getting late in the term and they wouldn't want to be denied that late and having done all this work. So we have up until November 1st with regards to the stage 2 visa decision. So I hope that was clear, Amandeep, because I know it's a bit, something else I'll just mention. So what we'd like to do is we really want to start bringing our students that are studying online to Niagara, because we have a mandatory quarantine program at Niagara College that we're managing because we want to take good care of our students and we also want to take good care of our community. So we have a quarantine program, which I've shared the information with the Pyramid eServices team. Students can register for that. And our goal is to start to bring students to Niagara over the next 4 months who are studying online in September, because we also know we need to bring all the January students to Niagara in January. And that's a lot of students to go through the quarantine program. So we're going to start to gradually bring those students to Niagara. So we can work with your team, Deep, to help support students. The quarantine program is about 2,000 Canadian dollars, but Niagara College is going to discount it and subsidize it for each student by $1,000 to support students.
Right. So, out of the pointers that you have specified, there are three keywords which I would really like to catch out on is that is 22nd September and 1st of November. If stage 2 result doesn't come out till 1st of November, we have to make sure. So the viewers who are watching us, please make sure that you communicate with us if you have applied through us, and make sure that you follow a protocol of refund or deferral. And if in case your AIP doesn't come, you can register, you can choose timetable for your program, and before 22nd September you have to ensure if your AIP doesn't come, you give an update to us so that we can accordingly apply for your deferral or your refund, right? And like Joanne shared, so said, I'm repeating again, so there is a deduction of 200 CAD, that is the administrative fees, and there will be a full refund for the students who have applied at Niagara College. So this is a big support provided by the college, but please make sure you keep the dates in your mind. And also, like she shared about the quarantine plan, so jitne bhi bacche mujhe dekh rahe hain, 14 days ka jo quarantine plan hai, Niagara College is supporting with that, and it is costing $2,000, but they are giving $1,000 discount as well, so it will be costing $1,000 for 2 weeks. But khana pina, what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to tell them to is, Joanne, that the food is also involved in that, the 3 times meal is also involved in that. So it's a big positive for the students. And if in case you still have any question, you can always connect with us. We have a webinar coming ahead with Joanne in this month itself. You can go to our Facebook page, you can register for the webinar, and you can directly talk to Joanne as well about it. So Joanne, moving ahead, again, a pretty solid understanding on the support provided by the college. But there is one last question which I have in my mind, is the students really are keen to travel to Canada, and we as an agency completely understand that, and I hope you also understand that. But what would you advise? What would be a parting advice to the students from this session? Like, what do you suggest to them, though we can't predict the future right now, we have no idea what the future is going to bring, but what would you suggest to the students?
Well, my suggestion, okay, I just want to talk a little bit about online learning, if I may, because I know a lot of students are concerned about online learning. So one of the things, we had a session last Friday with some of the academic areas, and then also our IT, to talk about what kind of support and what will online learning look like at Niagara College. So the students, so there's 2 different types of online learning. There's synchronous and asynchronous. So synchronous is when things are happening real time, right? So you'll need to log in and have a class discussion, or you're attending a lesson by your professor and it's live. So asynchronous is when something is pre-recorded, and And then you will, at your own leisure, you'll be able to watch that video or the presentation or whatever it is. So our faculty, as I mentioned, we have a really high percentage of international students, and our faculty is well aware and familiar with teaching international students. They know that there's a time difference in India. And I know for the Indian students, a lot of them that I've talked to, their main concern is around the time difference and internet. But a lot of the learning will be done asynchronously. So the students don't have to be on real time with their faculty members. They can at any time. And just so you know, our philosophy of learning and our faculty are so friendly and supportive and helpful. And if a student is having any challenges, all they need to do is request a meeting, and any faculty member will be happy to meet with them one-on-one, having a discussion like you and I are, Mandeep. Our faculty are there to support students. Our staff is there to support the students. We want to see you succeed. We know that you might have some challenges, whether it be internet or learning online, but we're all going to communicate. We're all going to work together. As Amandeep said at the beginning of the call, we've all faced some challenges, and we are as well. But we want you to succeed as a student. That's something we have at Niagara College. We call it NCDNA. And all the staff and faculty are very passionate about student success. And so if you're feeling reluctant about online learning, Amandeep, maybe there is a link to the video, and I had shared it with your team. So maybe that's something that we can put up when we post it, and so students can watch that video and have some reassurance about studying online. And then the final comment is just that I'd like to make is, there are a lot of challenges and we face challenges, but you don't want to keep deferring or keep taking gap terms. You want to continue with your studies. You can face the challenge. Now's your time to learn. Try not to delay your study plan. And then also the IRCC extended the amount of time that you can study out of country. So you can study for more than one term or more than 50% of your program out of country and still be eligible for the postgraduate work permit. It will not affect that. So that's also something to be aware of. The IRCC has been really flexible. Canada is very welcoming and wants to bring our Indian student friends to us. So, and Niagara College does as well. So I just want to say how we're going to support students, and that's really important to us, is that the student succeeds.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Joanne. And we as an organization, as a consultancy, as an agent for a student, are also of the same impression, like you shared, that students should not put a gap in their education. If they have got an opportunity to study, they should go for it. Yes, there are challenges in terms of internet and everything, but if they try to get a perfect network, they would be able to continue with their online classes. And like you spoke about asynchronous and synchronous classes, that's going to be another better support for the students when they study at Niagara College for their online classes. Joanne, on behalf of the whole team of Pyramid eServices, on my behalf and on the behalf of all the students, thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule and joining us for this live session. You gave really valuable information to us, and I'm quite hopeful that the student would be able to understand a lot of things. And all the viewers who are watching us, if in case you have any further question about Niagara College, about your education, about online classes, about the deferrals or refund policies at Niagara College, you can contact us on the number shared below. You can speak to our team, or you can visit our office also. Please make sure that, when you are visiting, you are traveling, not just to our office or anywhere, you wear a mask. I also wear a mask all the time. I am just talking right now. That's why my mask is not over my face right now. And also we as an agency are making sure that all the social distancing norms set by the central and state government for the virus are followed out by our agency. We follow an appointment-based system, a limited staff presence, so that there is not a huge crowd in the office. So you can visit us anytime at my nearby office, or you can call us for your appointment as well. So on that note, once again, Joanne, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this amazing session. It was great catching up with you.
Yeah, thanks, Amandeep. And also, I just wanted to extend a thank you also to you and your team at Pyramid eServices. Niagara College really appreciates our partnership and the support that you give to the students, and your advisement and support before they come to Canada is so critical in helping them make the right choice for them academically. So, and we truly value our partnership. So thank you also, and thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.
Okay, you too. Thanks, Amandeep.
Pyramid, Visa for a better life.